This is Tempest advisory on the cyclonic storms right now going on September 3rd. So, here's first off, let's talk about the most important storm, Hurricane Dorian. Now, Dorian is a Category 2 storm. It was previously Category 3, and now it's a Category 2. Now, the storm is going through an eye wall replacement cycle. Previously, yesterday, you could see the eye. Now, there's practically no eye. It's small, so that may be a sign of it ultimately weakening. So here's the forecast cone for Dorian. It will impact Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, even Florida. Possible rip currents, possible tropical storm force winds, even hurricane force winds in these areas. As a Category 2. So here's our prediction. The storm right now over Grand Bahama. The storm, when it reaches here, it will weaken and possibly strike, and then Newfoundland and Labrador as a Category 1. So that's the path. Now there's a first off, tropical storm watches. There's only one tropical storm watch in effect for Lake Okeechobee, and there's a tropical storm warning from Deerfield Beach all the way to Jupiter Inlet. And there's a hurricane warning in effect from Jupiter Inlet all the way to Pontevedra Beach and South Edisto Beach to the South Santee River, as well as a hurricane watch, tropical storm warning. There's also a hurricane watch from South Santee River all the way to Duck, North Carolina, and there's also a storm surge watch all the way till Cape Lookout, North Carolina. So there's also a hurricane warning in the Abacos and the Grand Bahamas. So those are all the warnings and watches for this for the storm. We all know where it's gonna go, yada yada. Now, the next storm in the Atlantic is Tropical Depression 7. So this is now, it's very unorganized, it's messy and floppy and all over the place. So here's the storm's predictions. Well, the storm, by 7 a.m. tomorrow, the storm will strengthen to tropical storm status, so it's Tropical Storm Fernand, and possibly strike Mexico as a tropical storm, and then weaken because hitting land weakens the storm. So here is that prediction. Strengthen and then weaken. So there's a tropical storm warning. Let me pull up from here to here. So that area is under tropical storm warning. So let me go here. This unorganized activity with the European forecast is calling for a hit there. As you can see, very messy time. The third storm is in the Pacific, Hurricane Juliette. Now, it's not looking like it will hit any land at this point, so it's really not really major, but I just want to point it out. It has that eye right there, and it's currently, as of now, the strongest storm so far. Well, Dorian is, but it's Category 2 right now, and this is Category 3, so it's a major hurricane for the time being. And then last storm is in the Western Pacific. It's Tropical Storm Lingling. Now this storm, we have to go all the way back here. So it's a severe tropical storm according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. They classify storms differently than we do. So let me zoom in further. So the European forecast is calling for a typhoon status and a possible landfall in Miyakojima. So, possible landfall near Miyakojima and even Tarama, the worst being in these two places. Let me zoom in further so I can. So it could possibly strike and cause a lot of damage in the Ryukyu Islands, according to the European forecast, which is concerning for the islands. So as if the storm will threaten any land other than that, well, it's possibly going to go into Russia, so into China or into the Koreas. So either way, effects will probably be felt in Taiwan, in Ilan, Nano, Hulane. Sorry for my terrible pronunciations; these suck. Well, the GFS is calling for. Oh, oopsies. It's calling for less. Or the same thing in Miyakojima, kind of the similar, except now it's predicting that it's stalling on Naha. That's where it's predicting worst possible wind gusts up to 91 miles per hour. Very strong storm